You don't destroy your life in one dramatic decision. You do it quietly, in small hesitations, in delayed actions, in opportunities you almost take. Self-sabotage doesn't look like failure. It looks like procrastination, like not ready yet, like maybe later, like I just need more time. But time isn't the problem. You are. And before you get defensive, stay with me. Because this isn't about guilt. It's about awareness. Most people believe self-sabotage means laziness. It doesn't. It's protection. Protection from what? Exposure. Let me explain. There was a man who always dreamed of building something meaningful. He had ideas, skill, potential, but every time he got close to a breakthrough, he would slow down. He would suddenly feel tired, distracted, overwhelmed. He would scroll, reorganize, start new plans instead of finishing old ones. From the outside, it looked like poor discipline. From the inside, it was fear, because if he tried fully and failed, he would have to confront the possibility that he wasn't as capable as he believed. But as long as he never fully tried, he could protect the illusion. Self-sabotage protects ego. It whispers, if you don't give 100%, failure doesn't count. That's the psychology. You don't avoid success because you hate it. You avoid it because success exposes you. If you succeed, expectations rise. If you grow, responsibility increases. If you elevate, comfort disappears. And the mind prefers predictable pain over unpredictable growth. Pause here. How many times have you delayed starting something important? Stopped right when progress became real? Created drama when things were finally stable? That's not coincidence. That's pattern. If this resonates, subscribe now, not for motivation, but for mastery. This channel is about understanding the mind so it no longer controls you unconsciously. Now let's go deeper. Self-sabotage is often rooted in identity. If deep down you believe, I'm not disciplined, I'm not consistent, I always mess things up, people like me don't succeed, your behavior will obey that identity. The brain hates inconsistency. If success contradicts your self-image, you will unconsciously destroy it. Read that again internally. You will destroy opportunities that threaten your identity. There was once a scholar who constantly missed important deadlines, not because he lacked intelligence, but because success would mean visibility, and visibility meant judgment. He had grown up criticized, so being seen felt dangerous. So every time excellence required exposure, he sabotaged himself. Late submissions, half-finished projects, excuses that sounded reasonable. He wasn't lazy. He was protecting himself from rejection. Self-sabotage is fear wearing logic as a disguise. It sounds rational. I just need more preparation. This isn't the right time. I'll start when things settle. But growth never arrives when things settle. Growth creates disturbance. Let me ask you something difficult. What would change in your life? If you stopped protecting your ego, what would happen? If you risked being fully seen? If you gave full effort? If you removed your safety nets? That question makes most people uncomfortable. And that discomfort is the doorway. Here's another layer most people miss. Self-sabotage also keeps you loyal to your past. If your family struggled, if your environment was limited, if mediocrity was normalized, rising above it can feel like betrayal. So you shrink, you dim your ambition, you downplay your potential, because staying small feels familiar. But familiar is not destiny. If you've been silently shrinking yourself, comment aware. Awareness is the first fracture in the pattern. Now understand this clearly. You cannot defeat self-sabotage with motivation. You defeat it with truth. You must identify, what am I afraid success will cost me? Is it rejection, responsibility, pressure, change, outgrowing people? Until you answer that, you will keep repeating cycles. And cycles feel like fate, when they're actually fear. The man I mentioned earlier, the one who almost succeeded many times, eventually noticed something. Every time progress became real, he created distraction. So instead of fighting himself, he observed himself. He wrote down, what am I afraid of right now? The answer surprised him. He wasn't afraid of failing. He was afraid of succeeding and having to sustain it. Consistency is heavier than ambition. So he changed one thing. He stopped aiming for dramatic breakthroughs. He aimed for uncomfortable consistency, daily effort, visible work, public accountability, no escape routes. And slowly, the pattern weakened, not because fear disappeared, but because action became louder than fear. Here is the shift you need. Self-sabotage thrives in vagueness. Clear commitments weaken it. Specific deadlines, public goals, trackable habits. When everything is internal, the mind negotiates. When it is structured, the mind obeys. And here is the final truth. You're not broken. You are protecting an old version of yourself. But that version kept you safe, not powerful. At some point, you must choose growth over protection. Because the real tragedy is not failure. It is spending your life fighting yourself instead of evolving. The psychology of self-sabotage is not about weakness. It is about fear of transformation. And transformation always feels like loss before it feels like power. If you're serious about breaking internal limits, subscribe and commit to confronting yourself regularly. You don't need more motivation. You need self-awareness strong enough to override self-deception. Watch your patterns. Name your fears. Act anyway, because the only thing standing between you and your next level is the version of you that feels safer staying the same.